You know, in your GCSE maths exam, there are some questions that are basically designed to be quick, easy marks, but only if you know the rules. Today, we're going to crack one of those. We're tackling question 12 from the 2024 higher paper, and it's all about recognizing graphs. So let's get straight into it.
Okay, here it is. Question 12, straight out of the non-calculator paper. What we've got is a grid of 9 different graphs and 3 little equations. And the challenge? It's pretty simple. Match each equation to the right graph. We're going to break this down one equation at a time.
First up, we've got the parabola. We're going to dissect the equation piece by piece so we can find its unique visual signature on that grid. Honestly, this systematic approach is the absolute key to nailing it every single time.
So our first equation is y equals x squared minus 4. Now don't just start guessing, this equation is actually telling us a story about what the graph is supposed to look like.
Let's decode this. The x squared term? That's our biggest clue. It always means we're looking for a parabola, that classic U shape. And since it's a positive x squared, the U opens upwards, like a smile. And that minus 4 on the end, that's the y-intercept. It tells us the graph absolutely must cross the vertical axis at -4.
Right, let's take those clues back to the grid. We're scanning for a U-shaped graph, one that opens upwards, and crucially, one that hits the y-axis at -4. Go on, have a look which one fits the bill. There's really only one that ticks all 3 of those boxes.
It's got to be graph H. It's a perfect match, right? It's an upward-facing U, and it cuts the y-axis right at -4. Boom. 1 down, 2 to go.
Okay, next up is the cubic function. This one's going to have a completely different shape, so let's see what clues the equation is giving us this time.
The second equation is y equals minus x cubed. And again, let's just pull out all the clues hidden inside this pretty simple-looking expression.
So the crucial thing here is the x cubed. That gives us a cubic graph, which has that really distinct S or squiggle shape. Now, that negative sign in front is vital. It literally flips the graph. A positive cubic climbs from the bottom left to the top right. But ours is negative, so it does the exact opposite. It starts high on the left and finishes low on the right. And because there's no number added or subtracted, it has to pass right through the origin, the point 0, 0.
Okay, back to the grid we go. Let's scan the options. We are on the hunt for that specific S shape that falls from the top left, cuts through the origin, and keeps going down to the bottom right. Which one is it? There it is. It's graph 5. It perfectly captures that decreasing flow of a negative cubic. That's 2 down, just 1 to go. See? We're flying through this.
And now for our final equation, the reciprocal. This one has a really unique shape, completely different from the others.
Our last equation is y equals minus 5 over x. The position of that x is the massive clue here.
So, whenever you see x on the bottom of a fraction, in the denominator, you are looking at a reciprocal graph. It's also called a hyperbola. These graphs are pretty cool because they have 2 separate curves, or branches, that get super close to the axes but never actually touch them. The negative sign tells us which quadrants those branches live in. For a negative reciprocal, they're always in the top left and the bottom right quadrants.
Let's apply this to the grid one last time. We are looking for a graph with 2 separate branches, one in the top left, one in the bottom right. Scan the options that are left. Which one fits?
Yep, that's right. It is graph J. It has those 2 distinct branches in exactly the right spots. And just like that, we've solved all 3 parts.
So let's just recap what we figured out. The parabola is H, the cubic is F, and the reciprocal is J. We're feeling pretty confident in our logic, but let's check it against the official source to be sure.
All right, time for the moment of truth. Let's confirm our answers with the official Edexcel mark scheme for the summer 2024 paper. And there we have it, a perfect match. H, F, and J. Spot on. Each one of those is what's called a B1 mark, which just means you get 1 mark for the correct answer. No working needed. Our method of breaking down the equations into visual clues, it worked perfectly. So, what's the big lesson here? What's the takeaway? Well, knowing the fundamental shapes of these graphs is basically like having a cheat code for these kinds of questions.
Let's lock this in so you don't forget. For parabolas, just think U-shape. For cubics, think S-shape. And for reciprocals, think 2 branches. The sign, whether it's positive or negative, simply tells you the orientation or where the graph is located. If you can memorize these simple rules, you'll be able to spot these graphs in an instant.
So remember, the key to these questions isn't just about pure memorization. It's about learning to read the story that the equation is telling you. Don't panic. Just look for the clues. So now, it's your turn. Which of these graph types will you go and practice? Keep up the great work, and good luck with all your revision.